What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a super sick tech video for you guys because here I am with the new Apple Studio Display monitor, and I'm really excited to show you guys why I purchased this and why I think it will greatly benefit you as a filmmaker and drone pilot. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so you guys might be wondering, why did I get the Apple Studio Display? I mean, there's so many other monitor options out there. There's so much other gear I could have bought with this money. However, I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of research, and I finally came to the conclusion that I really want this, I really need this, and I think this is going to really improve myself as a filmmaker, editor, color grader, drone pilot, etc. Alright, so next, we're going to talk about the 3 different main reasons why I chose to go with the Apple Studio Display. And firstly, that reason is because I plan on getting the new Max Studio M2 Max when it comes out. I've heard absolutely great things about the M1 Max Max Studio and even the M1 Ultra Max Studio. However, right now, they just dropped the new M2 Max MacBook Pros, so I have a feeling that the new Max Studios with the new M2 chips are going to be super sick. So right now I'm just holding out on that, and I thought it'd be really convenient. I mean, if I'm going to buy this monitor anyways, I might as well buy it right now so I can use it with my MacBook Pro and have fun editing right now. Because I think one of the biggest reasons that kind of deterred me from going with a desktop setup in the first place is because I could never really find a monitor that I liked. I grew up with being a laptop guy. My first laptop was the 13-inch MacBook Pro 2015. That thing was freaking awesome. And then I upgraded next to the 16-inch MacBook Pro, and going from 13-inch to 16-inch was literally life-changing. I was like, oh my God, it's so big. The screen is awesome. But I was never really a person for monitors. And I think the reason for that is because I always plugged my MacBook Pro into shitty, HP monitors, BenQ monitors, and it always felt off, I would hook up to it and it would look cool at first because I'd be like, oh wow, it's so big. But then I'd be like, wait, the colors look different than my MacBook Pro. The monitors are super flimsy. To adjust the brightness, you literally have to press the monitor and dig through their archaic menu system just to change the brightness. And in addition, every time you plug it in, you have to physically turn on the monitor. And with this right here, this solves all those problems. And I've been doing a ton of research. I watched so many videos before buying this, but I really felt like this is exactly what I needed because I just want a nice monitor that I could just plug my MacBook Pro into. Everything works perfectly. The colors look amazing. I can adjust the brightness from my laptop. All I need is a Thunderbolt cable. And I think that this is literally a thing that I always wanted, but I never even knew it existed. I've always been a pretty Mac fanboy, but I just never really thought into getting something like this. So as soon as I saw all the reviews online, saw real world reviews, people talking about it, I was like, I definitely need to get one of those because I feel like as a filmmaker, being able to review your footage on a big, nice screen is going to teach you so much about your skills and really improve yourself as a filmmaker, because now I can pull my drone clips on here, I can put my Sony clips, I can look at on here, my Komodo clips, and I could really see the difference between the cameras because this is a 5K Retina monitor. My MacBook Pro is not anywhere near that. So I think by having a good monitor, it's really going to teach yourself about your footage, because as us, I mean, we're visual artists. That's our whole livelihood. This is our whole job, producing visuals. So I think it's really important that you have a good monitor to see the visuals that you're creating, the content that you're outputting. And then, like I said, I think that's going to make you really good because you're able to critique yourself and be able to critique these different cameras, these different tools you use, so you can really try to understand the difference between shooting, for example, 4K on a Sony versus 6K RAW on a Red. I really want to see the differences in footage because, let's be honest, YouTube, Instagram, those all compress the footage so much, the footage just goes to shit. So I think by just seeing your footage raw on a nice monitor, you should at least be able to spoil yourself, because although people might not be able to see how good your footage is on their phones and stuff, I feel like as a creator, as an artist, it's really important to be able to see your footage as clear, as high quality as it could be. So that's why I think having a monitor is really important to get. And in addition, this year, I really want to improve my color grading skills. I don't have much experience color grading, honestly. Usually I just throw in a LUT, especially for those Mavic clips, or I'll use Color Space Transform and DaVinci Resolve. So I do really want to improve myself as a color grader, and I think that this would be a next great step because now I can see the colors more vividly. I can understand what the different controls and DaVinci do to the footage, because right now I'm just kind of hunched over in my little MacBook, tiny screen, and honestly I feel like I don't really see the fullness of the image that I need to in order to color grade it, color correct it well. So that's another big reason why I upgraded to this monitor as well. So the third reason why I decided to upgrade to the Apple Studio Display is because this year I really just want to improve my editing skills and take on more editing projects for myself. And I just want to have more fun when I'm editing, because my previous desk setup was literally this tiny, small desk. I had my MacBook here, I had my big OWC Thunder Bay right here, and my 2 speakers on either side. And that just felt super cramped. It made editing not that fun. I mean, it's just me and my little computer. So this year I really wanted to treat myself, and I decided to upgrade my editing suite. Upstairs, you guys are gonna see in a second, I got a whole new desk. It was a really good deal, and yeah, it's super big. I have so much space now, and I feel like my mind is just kind of expanded, because now that I have this monitor, I'm gonna set that up upstairs. And I think it's just gonna make editing a lot more fun, a lot more inspiring, because as filmmakers, editing is kind of like the most time-consuming task. And I feel like editing and color grading is what really separates you from other DPs and filmmakers, because that's where we could really treat our footage, grade it, treat it in post, and really showcase our editing styles and what we want to show to the world as filmmakers. So I think it's really important that you upgrade your studio, because let's be honest, the studio and where you're editing is probably where you're spending most of your time creating videos, editing and stuff. So I think it's really worth it to buy something like this, because I'm gonna be looking at this like a few hours a day, you know, probably like 5 hours a day I'm on the computer editing and stuff. So all right, so before we go upstairs, where I'm gonna show you guys my new desk setup and we're gonna do an unboxing of this monitor, I'm gonna go out and walk Bobo, my dog right here. And I'm also gonna bring my FPV drone and just fly around with the GoPro Hero 11. And I think that's gonna be a cool time to just look at the footage, see how it looks on this versus the laptop. Because honestly, I think the GoPro Hero 11 has a really good image. I mean, when you're shooting in 5.3K, 24 FPS with an ND filter, I think it actually looks really beautiful. So I'm really excited to see how that footage looks on this monitor. So let's go walk the dog, get some cool FPV clips with the GoPro Hero 11. Alright guys, we finally made it to the spot right now, and this is a super sick spot to fly FPV because it's really wide open here. I've got some really nice light today, it's a beautiful day, so I really want to see how awesome the footage looks on the GoPro Hero 11 on my new Apple Studio display. So I'm going to be shooting in 5.3K 24 frames. I have my ND16 filter on here and my ISO maximum set to 100. So I think we're getting some really nice motion blur because I'm going to try to fly as low as I can. What up guys? Welcome to my new desk setup, and I really like this new setup because the desk is way bigger now, I have way more space, and in addition it feels way more modern, way more sleek, and yeah, it just feels super 2023. So I think this is gonna be a great place to edit all my videos now. So as you can see here, I got two of my studio monitors. These are KRK Rocket 5s. And if you guys didn't know, I used to be a music producer actually, and I still make beats sometimes. So I think it's really cool to have some nice, good studio monitors on your desk. And in addition, it makes editing a lot more fun because sometimes when I'm just having some fun editing like a montage of my drone clips, I'll just put on some like chill house music and it really kind of gets you in the vibe. So I think it is a really good idea to get some nice studio monitors on your desk as well. And here I have my OWC Thunder Bay 8. That's for dumping all of my footage. That's about 14 terabytes. And here's my little audio interface here. This helps kind of just like balance out the sound, makes my speakers sound nice and full, nice and balanced. And yeah, here's my MacBook 16-inch right here. And I plan on having a studio monitor right here probably. Then I'm gonna connect it with a Thunderbolt and then see how the setup works. And then also today, I just got back from the walk. I got some really cool shots of Bobo, my dog, on the A6600 in 4K 24. And then also I got one nice flight in with my GoPro Hero 11 on the Cinewhoop FPV drone. So I'm just gonna throw those clips into DaVinci or just watch it on the QuickTime on Mac and then just see how the colors are compared to the Apple. All right guys, we're now ready for the official Apple Studio Display unboxing. Let's get it. And here's the monitor itself. I'm gonna go set this over here. So in the box here, it comes with a nice Thunderbolt cable to connect my laptop to the monitor. All right, sweet. So in the box, it's pretty simple. All you have is the main monitor, the Thunderbolt cable, and then the power cord is actually already on the monitor here. So sweet. Got some good packaging here. Boom. And yeah, as you can see here, the power cord is over here, wrapped up here. Let's remove this now. And the cord seems very high quality. It's like, it's not regular plastic. It's like a nice kind of braided fabric, it feels. Feels very heavy duty. Same as the Thunderbolt cable. It's both made out of the same material. Kind of like a nice fabric. Seems very nice. All right guys, so we just unpackaged the product here. We have the Apple Studio Display. I just got it plugged in. And next we're gonna hook it up to my MacBook Pro. But overall, the packaging was super good. Apologize for the kind of savageness on the plug protector, but all you have to do is just kind of pull out the tab. But I haven't got a product like this in a while, so I was kind of just eager to get off that packaging. But yeah, everything looks good here. And what's interesting is that this has no power buttons actually. So I think I'm just gonna literally just connect it to my laptop and see if it turns on. Boom. And yeah, right off the bat, it connected, it turned on. My laptop is charging now. Woo! Wow. It looks super sick right now. Cool. So yeah, I have a new desktop here. And now we're gonna pop in some of these clips that I just took today. See how those look. All right, so these are some clips I got today on the A6600. This is in 4K of Bobo. Looks pretty good. Nice. And now it's super sick. When I press the brightness control on my MacBook Touch Bar, I can control the brightness on both of the screens here. That's awesome. See, this is my computer, and then this is the studio display. So that's really convenient. But yeah, it's really fun to watch the drone footage on the big screen. Wow. So far my first impressions are that the colors are really accurate. It's extremely similar to my MacBook Pro. It's just way bigger now. It's really cool to be able to see my drone footage full screen actually. This is really fun. It's like watching a movie. All right guys, so I just hooked up my OWC Thunder Bay, and that's where I keep all of my awesome drone clips, all of my YouTube footage, basically all of my footage I just dump on there. So I hooked it up, and now I'm gonna check out some of my drone footage that I haven't seen yet on this monitor. So let's check it out. It's definitely really cool to be able to see your drone footage on a big monitor. I mean, it feels really larger than life. Feels like I'm literally watching a movie. And you can really see the difference in clarity for these shots. Like, it's interesting. Yeah, this is 1080. I shot it in 4K, but I exported in 1080, so it's interesting to see how it looks on the big screen here. I do want to play around with some different export settings to see if I can look at more crisp on here, but it looks awesome on here. Yeah, it's definitely really cool to be able to see all my footage shot on here because it looks literally identical to watching it on the MacBook, on my iPhone, and it just feels so much larger than life on here. It's awesome. And one of the main reasons why I got this actually is because I really want to pixel peep my footage. I really want to see the differences between my Mavic camera, my Sony camera, my Red camera. I want to really push my cameras, push them to the test, and just really kind of critique myself as a DP, look at my footage, see how it looks, see how my exposure is, my focus, everything. And as I said earlier, I think that's going to really improve myself as a filmmaker by being able to review my footage on a really high quality monitor like this. And I think you guys should consider as well because this thing is game changing. Like the same reason why DPs like using a 7-inch monitor like this, because it helps you gauge your exposure. You can see everything is in focus or not. You could see the frame, and yeah, it just helps you compose the shot better. So by being able to review your footage later on a 27-inch monitor, I mean, that's game changing. So that's awesome. All right guys, so overall, I do have a really good impression of the monitor. I mean, it's exactly what I expected. It's just a really nice 5K panel on my desk, and sure, you might be able to get good image quality from other monitors, but honestly, you can't beat the aesthetic, the build quality of this monitor. I mean, it's so heavy duty. It feels super good quality. I mean, this reminds me of the old day when my family got an iMac, like really good build quality, and now it's even better because I can use any computer with this. I can use my MacBook Pro with this. I can get the new Mac Studio, hook it up to here. So I think it's a really versatile monitor, and especially if you're already in the Apple ecosystem and you have a MacBook Pro, I mean, there's no question that this is worth it, because if I had another monitor, it'd just be all plasticky. You always have to like press these crappy buttons to change the brightness and stuff, but here it's super easy. Everything is really integrated. And yeah, next I kind of want to check out the speakers. Everyone has said really good things about these speakers on this thing, so let's try it out. Let's go to Spotify right now. So I just tested out the new speakers, and it's definitely lived up to the hype that everyone has said on YouTube. I mean, the speakers sound amazing. There's a nice kick to it, good bass, sounds very accurate. It just basically feels like MacBook Pro speakers on steroids, like just super convenient to use, good sound, crisp, clear. And I think that's really awesome because even though I do have these nice studio monitors here, the KRK Rockets, a lot of the times I don't actually like editing with them because a lot of the times I'm editing a lot of stuff with vocals or music, and when I have to keep doing playback, it really tires out your ears to hear that sound over and over on some loud speakers. So most of the time, I really just like editing on the MacBook Pro speakers because it's clear, it's not too loud, but you know, gets the job done. And now that I got the studio monitor, I got even better speakers. You don't need any extra cables or anything. It's all with that Thunderbolt cable, so I think that's really convenient. Like when I use these KRK speakers, I do have to hook it up to my audio interface, which is yet another cable. So having it all in one on the studio monitor just with that Thunderbolt is super convenient. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy about this new setup. I mean, I feel like it really completes my desk. Like before, I have this big desk and it feels kind of bare with just that little MacBook Pro on here, you know? But now I have a nice professional, good, solid monitor. I'm really excited to edit now. Like, this is awesome. I never would have expected to have such a nice desk setup, and all it takes is just going out, buying yourself a nice desk. I got this for 85 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. It's originally an IKEA desk, or it was around like 250, so always look for those good deals. And yeah, I'm really excited about this new setup. I'm super happy, and I can't wait to edit more videos on this thing. So this is super sick. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.